Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so we're on part 3. So last time we did the little pockets and popped it on here. So if you haven't seen any of them, we are making a little folder. And this is, we're using the Shabby Shades of Blue digital kit. I'm going to pop the links down below anyway so you can have a look. So we've popped in the little pockets. And then what we're going to do, we've got the little cards that we did. So I'm hoping that you've backed your little cards so they can all just pop in the little pocket, so that fits in there lovely. And then we've got 3 hearts in there like that, and then these are the 2 postcards that I had left over from my last one, so I'm going to just pop those in there. So what I want to do in this pocket here, I'm going to do 2 writing pages. So I'm going to cut this in half first. So I'm going to just fold it up. Doesn't have to be majorly neat, so you can cut it. Again, I like to tear mine like this because I find it a little bit quicker. And then what we can do, we could just ink around the edges so they look like little letters. Just pop that down, so then we've got 2 sheets like that. And what I do, I just fold them into 3. Now we need to fold them, so we need to make sure that they're going to actually fit in this pocket like that. So yeah, so you need to quite fold them up quite tight. So we fold them this way like that, and then the same on this one. Squidge them in together. Perfect. Okay, so let's just make sure that they do fit. Let me just slot in. Perfect, like that. So you can have 1 or 2, because you can have 1 and you can excuse me, put the other one in there, so it's up to you. So I'm just going to quickly pop some ink on them. Dear. Let's open them up like that. Now just get my blendy tool. I do have ink on here, so this is the Vintage Photo Tim Holtz ink that I always use. So that just inks the edges up just a little bit around the sides. So again, you can print this onto tea stain paper, and then it would look a little bit different. So if your ink was a bit low on your printer, you could print it onto tea stain paper, and it will give you a completely different look again. So all these things are quite nice for trial and error. So there we go. So that's all inked up. Maybe I'll just tiny bit on this bit there. That's that one. It's beautiful. I love this bird picture. It's really nice. It's quite a nice little Eastery one, isn't it? Easter sheet. So if you wanted to make somebody a nice Easter card, that would fit on there really nicely. So set that down. Catch up. This side. So and then what we can do, we can then decorate the front of the little folder. Pop some little bits. I'm thinking of popping a little pocket on the front actually, so I want to just see what that would look like. So there we go. So that's the little writing pages. So let's pop that in there like that. I'll have it so we've got the little birdie showing. It's quite tight, so you may just want to put 1 in there, or you could just lift that one up like that. It looks quite nice, doesn't it? So that's the inside, so I think that looks really pretty. Okay, so now on the outside, what I was thinking, I've got the little pocket which has got the same picture as we've got on here, and I thought I might just stick that on there like that. I thought would look quite nice. Actually, what I could do, I could put one of these writing papers in there, couldn't I? Maybe I shall do that. Right, what I'm going to do, I'll pop it this way, so then I can stick that down better. So let's just cut this out quickly. Like this. Cut it down. You can back this onto a little bit of thicker one if you wanted to, but I have printed this out. I think this one's printed out on 120 gram paper, but I think, probably thinking about it, if I was going to put it on the front, I'll print it out on a little bit thicker paper or back it. So let's just cut around here. Again, if you've got a little hole punch, little circle punch, you could punch it and it'll probably be a little bit neater than that. So let's just ink around this edge here. Okay, fold these over. Like that. And this one. And then we can do, once we've decorated the front, all we've got to do is then pop in the little journal, some writing pages in the front, in the inside I mean, and then it's done. So it's not too long. You can have this done in a day. Just sit there nicely. If you've got nice quiet, see, we've got some nice time on our hands at the moment. Let's just open those up. So that, I'm going to sit there like that. Oh look, it sits nicely on that little clock. And then I was going to, now I've cut out some of these are little tabs that I've cut out ready for the pages. Now I've also got this, which I might just sort of like overlap on there as well. I'm going to stick that down first. Again, I forgot to turn this upside down, but never mind. Let's pop some glue on here. Oops. So again, just use whatever glue that you normally use. But I do like to use the 3-in-1 because it's quick and easy, and it likes to behave itself anyway, not go all gloopy. So let's just stick that down there. So that's straight. And what did I do with this piece of card? That, so it sticks down. Perfect. Okay, so now what do we want to do? We need to pop something, some little bit of cheesecloth. Where's all our bits? What did I do with them? Here we go. What did I do? Oh, here we go. Piece that I left behind. Right, a bit of cheesecloth on there. Snip a little random piece off. Can just layer it up a little bit like this. Just add something a little extra to it. What else have we got in here? I quite like this blue one. This is really pretty. Pop a little bit of that in there. Okay. Pop this little bit of glue stick down. Just to wrinkle that up like that, and then pop the bit of lace on. I don't think there's a front and a back. Just stick that on like we did the last one, and then that can just sit on top like that. Maybe I'll pop a little bit of cheesecloth so it pokes out of the top of here. Yes. And that should be alright. That's better. Okay. You don't need too much. If you've only got a little bit of lace and stuff, you don't need a huge amount, because a little bit like this, making little clusters, is all you need. Like that on there. Excuse me. So you don't need a huge amount. So that looks really pretty, I think. And then what we'll do is just pop one of these little flowers on. Big bundle of mess I've got here. Just one of these there, look, just at the top. Gosh, messy. Just there like that. Perfect. So that looks really nice, I think. Right, shall we put this down the side like we did the other one? God, look, I've got it all tangled up. Here. Like that. Not sure yet. Let's just wait and see. Right, so that's done. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop that in there. So I think that looks really pretty in there. Maybe I'll put something on here. What have we got? Here's the end of this. I'll just take a little piece of that and one of the little flowers. What do you think that will look like? Just so we've got a bit there. A little bit of cheesecloth, I think. And then I don't think we need it all the way down the spine like the other one. So I think I'll just do a little cluster in this corner. So let's just pop a little bit of this. Stick cheesecloth on. Tiny bit on this little bit of lace. Sort of a grey bluey colour. It's quite nice. Works really well with this kit. And then our little flower. Just going to go like that. Perfect. I think that looks quite nice now. That looks pretty, doesn't it? There we go. Right, so that's the front. And now what we need to do is, I'm going to show you how I did the pages. So let's get all these little bits and pieces out of the way. Oh, I know what I was going to show you as well. Oopsie daisy. On here, these little flowers and this little bit here, I made out of this. This is like a synthetic fabric, which I've got here, like this. And I've made it into a ruffle. And how I did that, I just took a strip, probably 3 or 4 inches, and then I've just wrinkled it up in the sewing machine, and I've sewed it down twice through the machine, and then I've just sort of like burnt the edges with one of these little things here, like that. I actually did it with a candle, but you can do it like that because this is just melts it. It stops it from fraying on the edges. And then all as I did, because here you can cut down through the middle. If you do 2 lines down through the middle, you can cut down through the middle, and then you can just wrap it round and you can make little flowers. I'll show you in a second. But how I did this one here, like this, I just sewed it down the middle and I just bent that up. So you've got one bit longer at the back, and I just popped it down like that. Like so, and then pop those on there, and I think that looks really nice, like a little frilly. And then here I just cut down the middle like this. I shall show you. Cut down through here like this. I won't cut all the way. I've just got half like that, and then all you do is just wrap round like this, a bit neater than that, and then pop it down, and you pop a little bead or something like that in the middle, and then you've got your flower. So you need to do it a little bit tighter. It wasn't quite tight enough, but if you know what I mean. So you just glue it down and twist it round, and then just lie that over the top and just keep coming round, and you'll end up with like a little flower. And then glue that together, and then you put one of the little flowers in the middle, so it's like that. So it's really easy, but I think these look really nice. So if you could make ruffles and put 2 lines down there, just sew 2 lines down through, you can just cut it down and then you can just make your own flowers. So you've got 2 ruffles, or if you just wanted a ruffle to go along the edge of a page like that, so much easier to do. So there you go, the little tip for you. Okay, I'm not going to use that on this one, but I thought I'd just show you. Okay, so what were we doing? Oh, I know, what paper. Right, let's get all these little bits and pieces together. So this is what we've got to put in the middle. Now, just like that, so it's a little folder. So I'll show you how I made these. What I've done, I've taken 1 piece of tea stain paper. Again, you can use scrap papers or any papers that you want to use. I've just folded it in half, and then I've cut 1/2 inch off the top here. So I've just popped it in here like this, and then I've cut 1/2 inch off there like that, just so it fits. Just tear it in half, and then you just fold that in half, and that is the perfect size to go onto here like that. And then you just have, I've got 5 pages, so I've used 5 pages, so we've got 20 little pages in there, which is just a lovely size to go in there. Let's pop those to the side. Okay, and then before we sew it in, or shall I do it after? Let's have a look. I've made some little tabs. Now these little tabs go on the pages. Now I think I'll do that afterwards, it'll be easier. Okay, so that fits it in there like that. Now we want to sew it in, so we need a needle, nice big long needle. And again, I'm not going to use the wax string because it's a bit too heavy. I only like to use that if I'm going to use it on big journals. So I'm going to take 3 times the length of your page. Put this together. Just making sure I'm recording because it's very quiet. It normally makes lots of noise. Okay. Need my little pokey tool. Pop this in here like that. Make sure they're level. So we're just going to do a very simple pamphlet stitch in here because that's the easiest, and I think it's really nice. It's not very complicated. So I've just got my book. So if you're a newbie, it's easier to use a book, so it makes like a little dent in there. so you can pop that on there to be easier to make your holes. Now what I do, I make the middle hole first, so it doesn't have to be majorly accurate, and then we want to make one at the top and then one at the bottom, not right at the bottom, but so you've got 3 holes in there like that. Now if you wanted it on this one, I've got it so we've got the strings on the outside, okay, but you can put them so you've got the strings on the inside. So if you want them on the inside, you go from inside out, and if you want them on the outside, oops, you go from the outside in. So let me see, not easy with this lace to see where the hole is, like that. So then your first one, let me just get rid of the back. So then your first dangly will be on the outside like that. Okay, and then what you do, you go from the either the top or the bottom, it doesn't really matter. So you just take it through like that, and then you want to go through the bottom one. But what I normally do is make sure this is through like this, so I can see the hole like that. Just looking a bit fiddly, aren't I? So it should be about there, because we've got the lace. There we go. And then you go back through the middle like that, and then you're on the outside. I hope you understood that. It was a bit of a up and down one. So that's the front. So then what we do, we just tie this into a little knot. Make sure you've got the thread either side of here, so when you tie it, it ties around the middle one and makes it safe, like that. Okay, like so. So I've got some beads here, like this here, just to pop onto the end. Oops. So make sure I can get them through. See daisy. I need to poke that. Make sure there's a big enough hole. What do we go through first? Little beads. These are really pretty beads. Then I've just got a couple of little pearls. They're going to go through easy. Probably not. Thread is quite thin. It's not thin, it's very soft. So I really should put this on a needle. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put them on, I'm just going to pop these two on, because I think that's going to be easier, as I'm going to be all day trying to get that bead on. So I'm going to tie a couple of little knots in this, like that. So make sure your knot's big enough to hold your bead. So that's in there. And then the next one goes through. If it will go through. Okay. Really not. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do that one in a minute, because we will be here all day otherwise. Take your time doing that, or if you get a little needle, use a little needle and just poke it through. But that's how it does, it hangs down like that, and I think it looks lovely. So I'll do that one in a minute. So this is all in for now, so that looks really nice, and I think it's quite a nice size. You don't have to, you can make it bigger if you want to, you can make a whole big journal coming out of here, but I quite like just the little sort of half journal in there, half pages. So what I'm going to do, I've taken a piece of this. Now I've got these are in the set as well, so we can have one. I'll just put that down there, because what I did on this one here, look, I did a strip down there with some cheesecloth on there. So I thought that would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Now what did I do with my cheesecloth? Here we go. I'll just use little pieces. So let's just cut this off. Ruche it up a bit. Just going to stick it like that, I think. Stick it down with a little bit of glue stick to hold it in place. Perfect. And then on this one I will just glue it down with some 3-in-1. And we've got the little birdie at the top. That sort of goes in the middle. So just to decorate the front page, which I think is really nice. Okay, oopsie daisy. Now I have got here, let's have a look, which are these. I've just made some little tabs. Now all of these are little 1-inch squares that I've cut off just a piece of the paper. So, and then I've just folded them in half. Now we've got 10 pages in here, 20 pages in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put one at the top on the first page like this, and I'm just going to stick them down with some glue stick. Make so much mess with these glue sticks, and then just stick it on like that. Easy peasy. Okay, so that sticks down, and then you leave 2 pages and then you use the 3rd page and do it again. So that just sticks down like that. Now what you want to do, make sure they're sort of in line like that. You can see, so when you put them together it just touches it there. So when it folds up they're all sort of like in line with each other. So then you leave 2 pages and then you do the next one on the 3rd page. Again like that. To line it up, so about there. Oops. Stick them out as far as you like that, but and then you can just make a little hole in there, and if you wanted to dangle something off you can. So then we've got 1, 2, and then you stick it on this 3rd page. Glue. Make sure it's level on there like that. Perfect. And then we go 2 pages and then we stick it on this 3rd page. There we go. That's about right. And then there's 1, 2, stick it on this one. Out there. can use bits of fabric if you wanted to, or little bits of lace to use to make these. So that just sits on there like that. Make sure it's a little bit level, like that. So perfect. So there we go. So that's all the tabs on the page. So they look nice. And then that's it. All done. So the only thing I need to do is just thread those, but I shall do that off camera because it would take ages otherwise, I think. So there we go, guys. Now you can have any closure. So I haven't actually popped a closure on here because I wasn't quite sure what to do yet. So I might just get something to wrap around it. But I'm not sure what sort of closure to do. So, but now we've got two. So this one is just slightly different to this one, but I think they're really good. And out of that one kit of the digital papers, you've got two lovely folders, and I've also got a few sheets and bits and pieces left. So you can make some cards, some more tags to go in it, all sorts of things. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and please give it a go, and if you do, please post it on my Facebook page, Happiness and Crafting group. And as I said before, you are coming up with some amazing stuff. Such a talented group, and I'm really pleased that you're showing me all your stuff and inspiring everybody. It's fantastic. So thank you so much for joining me. Please do post whatever you make, and I hope you're staying safe, crafting lots, and keeping yourself well. Alright guys, you take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.